Unfortunately, no Badgers game to talk about again this weekend as the COVID-19 outbreak within the program forced cancellation of Saturday's scheduled home game against the Purdue Boilermakers. The hope is things can stabilize and the Badgers can resume football activities and be ready for the November 14th game as the Badgers are scheduled to hit the road to Ann Arbor to take on the Michigan Wolverines. We'll hear from Athletics Director Barry Alvarez. We'll also turn our attention to Wisconsin Badgers hockey this week. The schedule's finally out. Well, at least part of it is. Our voice of Badgers hockey, Brian Posick, will talk with head coach Tony Granato as well as team captain Ty Emberson. All coming up on this week's edition of the Badgers Sports Report.
5 to shoot. Price off the wing. Hanging. Beats Potter. Down the lane. Slam dunk. Counted. And a foul.
Badgers move from the field house to the Final Four.
Touchdown, Wisconsin. Kendrick Pryor. Spot open,
The Badger Sports Report is built by Ford, a proud partner of Wisconsin athletics. By Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Hy-Vee proudly supports the Wisconsin Badgers. And UW Health Sports Medicine, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org.
When you've been injured, you need the hometown team on your side. Trust us to get you back in the game. Call Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of Wisconsin Badger Athletics. One call, that's all.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. WEAbenefits.com.
Some see a grilled cheese sandwich and ask why. I see a new kitchen with a grill and ask, why not?
I really need to start adding less to cart and more to savings.
Sitting on this couch so long made me want to make some changes, starting with this couch.
Yeah, I need a house with a different view.
And this is the bank that will help you do it all. Because at U.S. Bank, our people are dedicated to turning your new inspiration into your next pursuit.
You've heard the saying, if it looks like bacon and it tastes like sausage, it's probably Johnsonville sausage strips. Oh, you never heard that? Well, sausage strips are pretty new. They're strips of sausage in amazing flavors like maple and chorizo. You can find this meaty miracle by the bacon, even though it's sausage.
Whoa. Injured? You need a team you can trust. Call Gruber Law Offices today, serving the people of Wisconsin for over 30 years. Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of Wisconsin Badger Athletics. One call, that's all.
Well, the Badger football program is finding out firsthand what so many others across the country, across the world for that matter, have realized. The coronavirus is proving to be a very formidable foe, as this past week's game scheduled against the Purdue Boilermakers had to be canceled. Earlier this week, Athletics Director Barry Alvarez addressed the media and talked about how this team is trying to battle back.
I wasn't ever confident. I was hopeful. I felt we were doing the right things in getting our players isolated, putting them individually in rooms. We had a good plan. And I was hopeful that we could corral this and be where we wanted to be. But I was never overconfident. This virus has been way too fickle and it's been inconsistent. Yet we haven't been able to put our finger on it yet. I contacted both the athletic directors, Bill last week and Mike this morning, to let them know where we are. I went through our situation with the whole group of athletic directors earlier this week. I think what we try to do is any information that we can share with one another and try to give best practices and issues that we've had and things to do and not to do, and just keep everybody abreast of the different situations on different campuses. So both of them understood. They knew what our situation was. They were both hoping to play. I was hoping to play, as were the players and coaches, but they were both very understanding. I'm concerned with the health and safety of the guys. There's no one wants them to be on that field any more than I do, but I'm not going to lose track of priorities, which is we don't leave ourselves much wiggle room right now, and we know that, but hopefully we can get this corralled and we can get back on the field and playing.
Ordering groceries online from Hy-Vee is easy, and how I save time, especially during the holidays. For me, it doesn't get any better. Hey, I'll pass the rolls.
Please pass the gravy.
I got you.
No. I'll do it.
Hy-Vee aisles online. We deliver to Mahomes and your home for the holidays.
Does anyone need a knife?
No.
Because of this, we made Ford Super Duty the most capable heavy-duty pickup ever. Because of this, we built Ford F-150 with 375 horsepower and best-in-class payload.
Rescue 614 en route.
Because of this, we built Ford Ranger with the terrain management system. And because Ford trucks are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand.
Holloway steps in, redirected, Pelton Vice, kick save made to Brower. Here's Forlicki, down low left, Caulfield scores!
Well, Tony, you're about a week from your first game. How's it looking? You've been together actually since July. Your first official practice was November 1st. So how's it going so far?
Everything's great. I mean, I feel, the guys have worked so hard. They've waited so long, and to only be, a week away from playing a game, it's fun coming to the rink knowing that they finally get to play against another team. And practices have gone well. Our guys, I can't tell you how proud of them I am because of how they've followed the protocol. They've done everything they could on their end to try to remain healthy and set the example, and so that part's been all really good, and they want to play, and they've made a big commitment to trying to stay healthy as a group. The captains have done a phenomenal job of leading the way that way, and so we get 7 days till we get to play a game, and with the way things have gone and with all the questions about, we're not sure what, when the season's going to start or how many games you're going to play, to finally get the opportunity to play, the practices have cranked it up to another level. They know they're playing games now, and so that part's all been a lot of fun to watch.
Could you imagine back in the 80s being a student athlete at the University of Wisconsin in the middle of a pandemic with virtual classes?
No. I mean, nobody, I know, and just from a personal standpoint, I've never been faced with such a challenge over this length of time of trying to stay optimistic, trying to be positive as far as, showing the players, that you face a little adversity, you got to remain strong to, being upbeat and spirited and, confident that someday things are going to get back to the way, we hope they would. So I think that part's been really challenging. It really has. But I love the fact that our university and our athletic department gave us the opportunity to come back here early, to be with each other as a team, to kind of have each other to go through this together. Because I think had, we've been, put in a position where we weren't able to practice, we weren't able to work out, we weren't able to meet as a group, I think it would have been really, really challenging and hard for all of us, myself included. So having us be able to do this together, I think has really helped us all. I think we've grown together as a group, so that part of it for me is I guess rewarding from the standpoint that we've been able to battle through this together as a group, and now we're getting back, on the ice to play games.
Yeah, you mentioned your captains. Ty Emberson, the junior defenseman from Eau Claire, is your captain, and then your assistant captains are all seniors. Tyler Inamoto, a defenseman, Ty Pelton-Bice, and Tarek Baker, a couple of local kids. That's a pretty good group.
Yeah, we made that for you, so you wouldn't be able to get anybody Ty, and Tarek. I think that's pretty easy to remember those.
Yeah, that's easy. That's easy.
They've been fantastic. I mean, think about how challenging it is for them as leaders, to take over the leadership group and have to deal with all the things you have to deal with. I think they've been outstanding. They've held the guys together. They've held them, to a different standard of not only are we trying to get ready for season, we're trying to help each other get through a really tough time. And that you got to, like I said earlier, how proud I was of them, that group in particular, on what they've done to have us, feel really good about heading into the season. And I think that when the puck drops next week, just leadership that the group that we have will hopefully set the example for how we're going to play all year.
Yeah, expectations were so high last year, and a few players have moved on. Both your senior goaltenders and Daniel Lebedev elected to turn pro, so did Keandre Miller and Alex Turcotte. But you bring back some really good talent. You look up front, Tony, as a head coach who on the bench is coaching the forwards and sending out certain lines at any given time. You got a lot of good pieces to move around in that puzzle, don't you?
We do. I really like our team. And last year, I talked to the group about this too. We were probably a flashier team, or a team that was, you saw at the start of the year, we were picked by some of the hockey people as being maybe one of the most exciting teams, in the world to watch, let alone college hockey. I mean, with the prospects that we had and the skill set that we had, we were given lots of expectations just based on the talent that we had. And last year was a learning year for all of us. I think everybody expected us to do better, including myself. We didn't live up to those expectations. Some of the reasons we didn't was we didn't mature fast enough. We were a young team that played very immature, and it was a lesson for me, and like I said, for our team. So this year's team doesn't look quite as attractive as far as the offensive, firepower. Maybe you lose a Turcotte and a Kalnick and a Miller, and you think, well, geez, they lost a lot of their scoring. And then you say, well, they got Bice, and they got Holloway, and they got Weissbach, and they got Caulfield, and they got Baker, and they get, so you go on and on. I think we got, a lot of forwards there that have potential to have really big years. Obviously, Cole had the biggest one last year, leading the league in scoring, and he's coming back as a sophomore. So I think we're fine offensively. I think where we have to be better as a group is both power play and penalty kill, and we had all that skill on the power play last year, and we didn't share enough. We did things that were like I said a few seconds ago, we're immature, and this year I feel better about how our team is practiced. I feel better how our team is acting. We haven't played a game yet, so the test will come when we drop the puck next Friday. But I think what we learned last year were lessons that we took seriously. We discussed a lot. Our leadership group has had lots of different meetings, as a group, with lots of different players at times to try to, move forward from what happened last year in a positive way. And that's the way I feel right now. So when you go into a season like that, you talk about the fours. I love our decor from the standpoint. I think there's players that are hard to play against. They're simple players that understand the pride in keeping the puck out of your net. And you can, you look at the shot blocking mentality that Inamoto has, and that Ty Emberson has. And, I think Josh S. is a guy that's ready for another great year. Gorlicki came in last year and was pretty solid for a freshman, gave us some great minutes. And then you had Peltonen, who I think has waited his time by doing things right. Didn't want to jump ahead, but just worked his rear end off in practice to be ready for his opportunity. He played a few games for us last year, but his development and what he's going to bring to the table is going to be just like Inamoto, just like Emberson, from the courage of being hard to play against. And then I think Anthony Carr, who's a young defenseman, that we add to our lineup is going to make us a really solid group of 6. And then you got a couple of guys that are depth defensemen that I think will play this year. And Luke Lemaster, who's coming in as a freshman, and Shea Donovan as well. So I think we're pretty solid back there. And you mentioned the goaltenders. We've got 3 new goaltenders. Robbie Badoon is going to be the one that's going to get the most opportunity to take the net over, just because he's a grad transfer that has some great experience. He's an older goaltender, so I think he's ready for that challenge that we need in the net. And then Cam Rowe, who's had a really solid first month and a half on the ice with our team, is ready to get starts as well. And then we have Ben Garrity, who we think, he came from the North American League, could give us a lot of depth at that position. So I'm real happy with the way things have progressed. We're healthy. We're ready to go.
Hey, thanks a lot for your time. We wish you the best this season, and hopefully I get to see you at the rink sometime soon.
I like that. Thanks, Brian.
You're welcome. You're welcome. That's Wisconsin head coach Tony Granato, and you're watching the Badgers Sports Report.
If we build this, all the legendary players will magically appear, and we'll have sports again. I call it the Field of Fame. Of course, I'll have to tear down the garage, fill in the pool, and lose the trees. So can I get a loan?
So as your friend, I love it, but as your banker, not so much.
Let me talk to the friend.
You could always invest in a college fund.
No, my kids aren't going to college. They're going to work at the stadium.
Our kids are going to college.
Sports are back.
My wife wants to build a college.
And not a moment too soon.
You've heard the saying, if it looks like bacon and it tastes like sausage, it's probably Johnsonville sausage strips. Oh, you never heard that? Well, sausage strips are pretty new. They're strips of sausage in amazing flavors like maple and chorizo. You can find this meaty miracle by the bacon, even though it's sausage.
Whoa.
You know, it's a wide open job. You know, we got 3 new goalies on the team, and wanted to come in and just, you know, be the backbone of this team and show that, you know, I can come in and give some stability to the goaltending position, and showing everybody that I can be counted on and be consistent. And like I said, just being a leader, you know, just coming in and getting a fresh start. That's something that, you know, was pretty intriguing for me as well.
Well, Ty, you must be excited. You know, you're finally going to be playing a game here soon. So what's the energy level like in practice right now?
It's a very high energy level during practice the past couple of weeks, now that we have a date to work for. So I think everyone's excited. Everyone's been working a long time for this, and now it's actually coming about.
Yeah, you've got a good group of defensemen back. Yourself, Josh S. and Tyler Inamoto, a couple of seniors. What do you think the strength of this D-corps is?
I think it's just consistency. Last year we had a couple more offensive guys like Wyatt and Keandre, and obviously they're great players and they bring different things to the skill set, to the table. But I think this group is just very mature. I think we're good at making a good first pass and just being consistent, being reliable.
Yeah, tell us about the freshman defenseman that's joined your club, Anthony Kerr.
Oh, he's been awesome. I think, honestly, he's just so consistent. He's so reliable. He's a very mature young guy for how old he is. So I think that's very exciting. Kind of in a way reminds me of myself, just very reliable and smart, makes the right play.
Oh, yeah, because he's been compared to you, you know.
Who compared him?
Tony Granato.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, he said he was faster than you, though.
Debatable. Debatable.
What needs to be done for your team to be better defensively? I mean, especially in the defensive zone, but what needs to be done so that your team is better defensively to keep the puck out of your net and allow you to win more games?
Yeah, I mean, I think you said we just got to keep the puck out of our net. Like I said, our D-corps is a lot more mature this year. I think we're very good at making the simple plays and getting the puck to our forwards. Obviously, we're going to jump in the rush and be available to contribute offensively, but I think our job is to play defense, and I think we understand that.
Yeah, you have 3 new goaltenders this season too. Robbie Badoon, a graduate transfer from Michigan Tech. Ben Garrity was a very good high school goaltender, played in the North American League last year. And then Cameron Rowe, who's with a national program, and then in Des Moines last year in the USHL. So what do you think of these 3 guys?
They've all been unreal. I think this year is just a great
great level of how hard they work in practice day in and day out. And in the mini games at the end of practice, at the warm-up drills being in practice, they're all going 100%, just trying to stop every puck. So that's a good sign.
Yeah. Does one stand out over another as far as their style of play? Because, I mean, you've seen plenty of goaltenders. I mean, you think Dominic Hasek would be all over the place making ridiculous type saves. Does anything stand out specifically about them?
I mean, honestly, I don't know much about goalies. I just recognize when they stop the puck, and I think everyone's been doing a good job this year. This year, a little, obviously, Robbie's a grad transfer, so I think shows a lot of maturity, and that's just poise, and that's a big thing that a team looks for in a goaltender. Just if the goalie's all over the place, I think the team gets rattled. So when a goalie is very mature and poised in net, I think the team follows after him.
Yeah. Ty Emberson, you're the Badgers captain this year, which is pretty cool, but a Wisconsinite being the captain of the Wisconsin hockey team, that's extra special, isn't it?
Yeah, I would say, especially another kid from Eau Claire. So I think it's cool just to be able to wear the letter no matter where you're from, but to be able to wear the captain, represent your home state is another thing.
Yeah, Wyatt Kalnick was the captain last year. I'm sure you learned quite a bit from him. I mean, he's one of the nicest guys you're ever going to meet, too.
Oh yeah, I had a lot of fun playing with him last year.
Yeah, are you a vocal leader, or do you lead more by your actions?
I'd say I lead more by my actions. I think I'm just a responsible person who comes to the rink every day looking to get better. I hold people accountable, trying to get better each and every day in practice, on the weekends, in the weight room. But when something needs to be said, I'm not afraid to say it. But definitely say I'm more of a lead by example type of person.
All right, Ty, you go head to head in practice with all the forwards, right? So who's jumped out, in your opinion, so far early on in the preseason? And is there someone else maybe that you should keep an eye on, like, whoa, this kid's going to be pretty good?
Yeah, obviously we have some big name forwards this year, but I think Cole has taken a lot of strides from last year, just in his maturity and his understanding when and where to make a play. He was very good last year, but I think he's taking strides this year. Of course, Dylan Holloway, the first rounder for Edmonton this year, is a great hockey player. He's always tough to go against, but I think everyone's been out there working hard, even guys like Brock Costle taking a lot of strides, making his confidence. Everyone's holding each other accountable this year, just making sure everyone gets better.
Yeah, this has been a wild year. I mean, yeah. I don't, what's it been like being a student athlete at the University of Wisconsin taking virtual classes in the middle of a pandemic?
It's been crazy, honestly. I don't think there's many words to describe it. I don't think anyone really understands what's going on and what the future is going to bring. So we're all just kind of living for today and understanding that tomorrow might not be there.
Yeah. I have to ask you too, one more about a freshman forward from Eau Claire, Sam Stang. It sounds like he's a beast.
Oh yeah, he's a beast. He's a big dude. I like Stanger a lot. He's another guy who came from the USHL, played a year of juniors to get some more maturity and some more poise with the puck. So I think he'll be a big part of our team this year.
Yeah, but he's an Eau Claire North guy. You're a Memorial guy, so you're all cool with that? You like him a lot? Wait a minute, that wouldn't fly in Eau Claire.
We've settled our differences. We're both wearing red now.
Ty, thanks so much. Best of luck all season long. Looking forward to seeing you skate with that C on your chest too.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
You're welcome. That's Wisconsin junior defenseman Ty Emberson from Eau Claire, and you're watching the Badger Sports Report.
Ordering groceries online from Hy-Vee is easy, and how I save time, especially during the holidays. For me, it doesn't get any better. Hey, I'll pass the rolls.
Nice. Please pass the gravy.
I got you.
No. I'll do it.
Hy-Vee aisles online. We deliver to Mahomes and your home for the holidays.
Does anyone need a knife?
No.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. WEAbenefits.com.
The Badger Sports Report is built by Ford, a proud partner of Wisconsin athletics. By Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Hy-Vee proudly supports the Wisconsin Badgers. And UW Health Sports Medicine, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org.
That'll do it for this week's program. We thank Brian Posick, the voice of Badgers hockey, for giving us a little hockey preview by talking with head coach Tony Granato as well as team captain Ty Emberson. Fingers crossed we'll get back to Badger football next week, as both the football team and the hockey team scheduled to be in action. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks for watching.
Because of this, we made Ford Super Duty the most capable heavy-duty pickup ever. Because of this, we built Ford F-150 with 375 horsepower and best-in-class payload.
Rescue 614 en route.
Because of this, we built Ford Ranger with the terrain management system. And because Ford trucks are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand.
Compeer Financial has always been there for our clients and communities in any situation. And our support continues today as our clients work relentlessly to feed, clothe, and fuel the world. Compeer is proud to continue our strong commitment to our clients, the rural communities where they live, and to agriculture. We're here to help meet the financial needs of rural America. And we'll navigate through this together.
You can try, but you'll never stop a Badger. Because we Badgers are born with curious minds and endless heart. When we see a curve in the road, we speed up. When there are mask shortages for first responders, we make our own supply chain. When there's a world on pause, we sharpen our claws. Through thunder, fire, and pandemics, we'll keep going. Because after all, you can't stop a Badger.